Yes, YouTube, what's going on? Simon here, and I've got a special treat for you today. I thought I would show you raw behind the scenes footage of a live one-to-one mentoring call. I'm going to show you how I actually strategize my deals, how I help my mentees smash it. This one's with Eduardo and Antonio, and we're actually strategizing how we can turn a block of apartments that they don't own into £500,000 of cash flow, and how we can split their risks and how we can do this safely to protect their downsides and make sure that the profit, okay, the way they generate the income from this is of maximum value. Okay, if you like content like this, do me a favor, let me know in the comments and I will show you some more. So we're going to get into the video now. Disclaimer before we do, I just want to let you know this was a long, intense session and a lot was on the line. So you might see a slightly different side of me, but we've got to get the job done. And I'm going to show you what happened next at the end of the video. So make sure you don't go nowhere, and I'll see you after the clip.
I reached out to a developer through a common friend. This developer shared with me an opportunity of a house conversion near up north in Finsbury Park. Very good location near the Arsenal Stadium, like 3 minutes walking from the Arsenal Stadium. And he's basically developing this house, he's converting it. I don't know what it was before, but now he's creating 13 studios with the Airbnb license, with the short-term permission and everything. So the council approved the project and everything. Wow. And he's looking to rent it out. Basically, he is a big one. He has a portfolio of 700 properties all over. I don't know.
And the world, I would say.
Yeah, all over the world, yes.
But we really click with him.
Yeah, and so we had a meeting yesterday, and he's either wants to sell it, rent it by floors, so 1, 2, or 3, basement first or second, all or the entire thing. And we were like, okay, of course we wouldn't be able to afford it, and it would be silly to get it all by ourselves. And so we were like, okay, we can take it all, but some of them will be launched as a long-term SAT contract with tenants, so that we have security, we always have money coming in. And maybe if the units, every studio will get it for like 1.6. For London, it's brand new. Like everything is brand new, super
and he
cool.
done it very well.
Yeah, very, very good taste. And so we were like, okay, let's have like 50% of the units SAT, like 1 year contract, so that we have, a small income coming in, but we're sure that the money will get there, right? And we have a small income from there. And then the rest of the units, half of it, we would like to have a JV, and then half of them we would like to launch them ourselves. So it's a big one. It's a big project. 13 units. They'll be ready in a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
and luckily he really wants to work with us. Like, thanks God we were again together.
Yeah, exactly.
So he really liked us, and he's happy to.
He's waiting for our proposal, and so right after the meeting with you, Simon will join for lunch an investor that might be interested in launching the units. The units are really cost effective, to be honest, because the cost of a unit, we were like between rent, first month rent, deposit, and decoration, it's under like 7.5, 8 grand, with everything included. And we are of course trying to get a 5 years deal, so that the numbers are maybe slow a little bit in the beginning, but then we saw studios that are they have unlimited days on Airbnb and everything, because that's the big one. We don't have limitations because you show me proof of the council accepting the project.
And then also, I mean, we want to make it a little bit I mean, not nicer, but again, like you can either make a studio that is super boring and then like, you know, what we saw actually online, or make it, and again, it's gonna be like 8 of them short term. So we want to make sure that they all a little bit different. They bring something else. So we're gonna make sure that we bring, you know, not only Arsenal fans, but also like, you know, different type of people.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like you have Finsbury Park Station, you gain Oxford Circus in 8 minutes.
Yeah, King's Cross is 7
King's
minutes.
Cross,
It's
7 minutes.
insane, yeah.
Is really, really key location. What we would want to ask you is, what do you think about our strategy? So getting them all and making sure half of them are long term, half of them short terms, and of the short terms, half of them JV, so that you know, we have somebody who can pay us rent every month, and then we're giving them the profit. And then the other little, you know, 3 units we launch ourselves, which is 3 studios, which I think we can afford, and we are, you know, we know how to make sure people, you know, the rooms are being filled up, because we just scared about launching, you know, six studios in the same location, which is good in a sense, but also all in once. That you know, the is going to be probably a slow start.
Or
Yeah,
hackers with a lot
no.
of experience.
Yeah, no, it sounds very smart. So in the ones that you do on 12-month ASTs, what profit are you expecting or hoping to make per unit?
So the one in the basement are
It's no basement, ground floor.
the ground floor, sorry.
With the garden, with the beautiful garden.
So there are 5 units, and 3 of them will face the garden. So they will have a massive garden to be shared.
And that's 1 bedroom, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, 5 units, 4 studios, one bedroom.
Yeah.
And so the profit will be very little, like £100, £150, £200 per unit. Because like we don't know how much we can charge for a studio long term, because we are getting it for 1.6.
Are you going to furnish them?
Yeah.
So we got a deal from him,
So
getting a discount. Yeah.
Yeah. So the total amount for the 13 units is 22 for the 13 ones a
Per
month.
month.
Per month.
Okay.
And if you divide it by 13, it comes down to 1.615.
But again, there's one bedroom or two.
I'm furnished. If
Okay.
if we want them furnished, then he can do that for us, but the cost was going to be 22. So the question is, would you take 22 or 21?
21 is unfurnished. Is it 22?
21 is unfurnished for all of them.
All of them.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
then
an extra £1,000 a month to furnish all 13.
for him, let's say. For him, yeah, he would furnish it for 22. So basically, on a year basis, it's 12,000.
You said it correctly. It's an extra £1,000 per month if we want him to furnish all of them.
I mean, I'm just thinking, so how much would you spend to furnish each one?
So for each one, for the short terms one, we'll have zip links bed. So we were thinking one,
With the
£1 grand
yeah,
each.
and because we need to buy the towels and sheets anyway, and that's another 300-400, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't buy them for the long term, of course. We'll bring
Yeah.
theirs, so that would be a cut on the cost. So I would say for the long term bookings, the 5 units on the ground floor, it will be £1,000.
Yeah. So that's going to be 5,000, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
The other 8.
the other 8 will be probably a little bit more. We will like say 1.5, 1.6, let's say.
But that's already like with the big save like the way to save because it's a studio, it's not three.
Yeah,
We
it's
normally spend, yeah, it's like, you know.
we're trying to be like you never know, right?
Yeah,
It's like
because I think there we also calculated the cleaning products, you know, we're buying the big ones, like etc. So I think
But you're only keeping 3 of them and sourcing and using investment for 5?
yeah, we were thinking about like honestly, I wasn't even sure about maybe having not just 5 units AST, but maybe a little bit more, like 7. Let's put 7. We can decide. We just want to make it because my idea, in a sense, was like be as little risky as possible, and then in a year time, if we sign a 5-year contract, we maybe we get one, or if the things are rolling, we get 1 or 2 studios back from the long-term book from the long-term people, and we launch them short term, right?
The thing is, it probably depends what you can charge for the studios on an AST furnished. If you
Right.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't look to do that for less than £300 or £400 a month.
Profit.
So the question is, can you market it in a way where you can say get 2 grand?
Yeah. I
So
mean,
that's what we were thinking of the garden one, at least 2000, maybe 100, because I looked yesterday on, like, did some research, and there are some studios or 1 bedroom for 1950, and it has no balcony, nothing.
these studios will have 3 of them for sure. Will have access to a massive garden, so we will get. I mean, 1.6 is what we pay. We'll probably get, like, if we manage to get it for like 2 grand, 2.1, it's about 400-500 pounds
Yeah.
profit.
So my aim would be you want to be trying to get this figure up to 2 grand here.
Okay, 2 grand profit a month
Yeah.
per the long-term bookings total.
Total. I think if that would be pretty cool. Because the thing is as well is they're new, so you wouldn't expect many maintenance issues. Who's going to deal with the maintenance?
I mean, we will.
All us, and I think that's like what another thing that I have like also questions about is like, you know, we need to clean the whole building, right? We need to maintain the whole. It's the first time for us to, yeah. So because, you know, I was
Yeah.
thinking about other things, like exactly like the hall, the lights, the
All
bills.
right. So let's just quickly pivot then to these 8. So let's just pretend that
Mm.
you do 3 and then the investor does 5. How was you thinking about structuring the 5?
In terms of the investment, so the investor will pay us. I mean, the first month rent deposit and the decoration
And
plus the
sourcing
sourcing fee, and we calculate what will be. Sorry, I'll let you finish.
So first month's rent deposit, and then they will do the furniture and a sourcing fee.
Yeah. So we already have all the information about the first month rent, the deposit, and the furniture. What would be an ideal sourcing fee if you're pitching 5 units all in once? And we know this investor has in plan to launch 30 to 40 units in London. He has capital. She has capital. So what
Well,
would
and
be
then
an
are you gonna manage them?
Yeah,
Yes.
we are gonna manage them.
Yeah, so 20% we
So she's gonna put the money, we'll do the work, and so our first question will be, what will be a good sourcing fee in your experience, and what will be
Basically, the way you calculate the sourcing fee, this is important. If you just take this away from this call, it will make you a lot more money than you probably was going to make.
Okay.
When you're looking at sourcing fees, the key thing is to look at the figures.
Yeah.
So usually what happens is the deposit and the rent are irrelevant because this they're going to hopefully get back.
Yeah.
And this they're going to be able to make a profit off anyway. So just ignore those.
Yeah.
Like, that's just on the side. Their true investment is literally just going to be this, and then it's going to be this.
The furniture and sourcing fee.
Yeah. So if you said the furniture is going to be, say, 1,500, how much, sorry?
Yeah, 1,500, you said it right.
But you're going to be the one that does it, right?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so you should charge a setup fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's going to cost you 1,500, I would probably charge two. Are you VAT registered yet?
We are about, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to.
So I would charge 2,000 plus VAT, including your setup fee. And if you can bring it in at 1,500, then you've made 500 there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then in terms of the sourcing fee, once you run the figures on these units, what I'd probably be looking at doing is I would work out 75% occupancy.
Yeah.
And let's say at 75% occupancy, you think you're going to make, how much would you say, at a guess on these?
We can show it to you if you want.
Or just like have a look on the numbers just here.
Yeah, just a
What do you
second.
go with?
So
75.
at 75%, I mean, the first year, like being extremely conservative,
126%.
130%.
So that would be, they make, let me just calculate 30% of, sorry.
But
So-
sorry, Simon, because we calculated when we made the return on the capital invested, we calculated how much time they're gonna be is gonna take for them to get the first month, the furniture and the sourcing fee. So we put a little bit higher the initial cost. If you take off the first month rent as you suggested from the profit, because they're gonna get it back anyway, and calculate just the furniture and the sourcing fee, I would say being very conservative, they're gonna double the money the first year.
Yeah, but you don't know the sourcing fee yet. So what sourcing fee was that based off?
I mean, we put 2 grand, but we don't know.
Exactly. That's irrelevant. So,
how do you-
so how much cash flow can they make per month at 75% occupancy? That's what we're after.
So I would say £120 average daily rate
Yeah.
times 22, right?
Yeah, fine.
Is 2,600, 400, 40, sorry.
Okay. And then the rent is
1,600, and the bills I would say you get to 300, so 1,900.
but the other thing is you're going to take a commission from this, no?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't think the bill's gonna be so high. I hope so. Anyway, yeah, let's be conservative. Yeah, so
So what percent are you guys going to charge?
that's
so
another question.
so you were thinking 20%, right?
Yeah,
20.
well, I would probably start with 15% plus VAT
Okay.
or 20% inclusive of VAT. That works in London. So basically, what's going to happen is 2,640 minus 20% is going to give you 2,112, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then you're going to minus the rent, and let's just call the bills 200. This
Minus-
120, is this going to be plus cleaning?
No. I mean, the clinic is not included in
Never
that.
included. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't.
exactly. So what's this? So
One-
according to this, they'll only make £200 at 75% occupancy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So
Make
that's not.
sense?
Yeah, but is that something like, does it sound viable? Like, is that something that you would want to invest in?
No.
Mm.
But this is why we have to work through this, because when it comes to the sourcing fee,
Mhm.
the way you calculate this stuff is through, like you've done, the return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
So in this eventuality, I mean, what's your average occupancy in your properties at the moment? Is 75% realistic on average over 12 months?
I mean,
Much higher.
now we've been in the game for like 8 months. We are averaging 85%.
Okay, well, maybe we can go a little bit higher. So maybe should we push this 22 to 25 and see where that leaves us?
25 days, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, because
So what we are hoping is like Arsenal is playing home every 2 weeks, you said, no?
Yeah, Arsenal is it's already big lead for us. And then at the same time, we don't have any restriction. So we will have full access of Airbnb all the time, collecting reviews and triggering the algorithm without creating any other ads.
But yeah, let's do 25 days.
Let's do 25, yeah.
Where does that take us?
Mm.
It's probably a bit easier to work out, isn't it? 3,600. What's that?
So 2,000.
3,000.
3 times 25 is 3,000.
Yeah, so 3,000. Then you take your management commission, which would be £600, which gives us 2,400. Okay, then the 2,004, we then deduct 1,800 for the rent and cost, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it by healthy. Yeah.
So then that's coming at 600, which is feeling better. Okay.
Yeah.
That's then completely hands off. So over 12 months. Keep in mind as well that you're going to increase the nightly rates.
Yeah, I mean 120 is
very little
very
at the
little.
beginning.
Is
Are you going to sign this contract for 5 years with the investor?
We want that. We don't know it. We spoke about
No, with the investor.
oh, with investor. Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 7,200 times 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, times 5 goes to 36,000.
Okay, so 36,000. So what we then do is, in most scenarios, when I'm the one sourcing the deal, I want to break even within 6 months. But in a 5-year deal, when I'm completely hands off, I think most people, but you need to ask, but most people will be happy breaking even in year 1.
Okay.
Then you've got 4 more years of profit. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we can give him the money back with year 1 at least.
100%, yeah.
At least.
So,
I mean,
what I'd be doing now is I'd be looking at this figure,
Which one?
this one here, and what I'd be doing is I'd be saying, okay, then, well, remember, it's 2,000 plus VAT for the setup. So I take 7,200, I minus 2,400 for the setup, which gives me 6,848. Okay. And then that means that my sourcing fee can be 4K plus VAT. And they break even after 12 months.
Really?
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, because he doesn't include the first month rent and the deposit. You're just including. He's just calculating the potential earn on the first.
Bro, getting one deal in London for £7,200, including furniture, as you guys know,
It's impossible.
it's impossible. You're not going to get that. So you will achieve that. And if you do achieve that, then basically what that's going to mean for you guys is you're going to get 5 times £7,200, which is around 36,000 up front. Now, what's really interesting now
But then
is,
minus the furniture. No, yes.
yeah, and then you do the furniture, right?
Exactly.
You're going to get £36,000 for selling for setting up and selling those deals, which means you could use that money to do the rest. Now you know this, you might only need to offer 3 and then you can keep the rest, or you could offer 4. But then on top of that, this is the key part. If we make, so from the original 5, if we make £400 a month, happy days. And then let's say, say again.
The long term.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And then let's say we sell 5, because that's the maths we've just done. And we've already seen that we're going to make 600 a month, okay?
Yeah.
For the management. Just don't ignore your ones for the time being. So basically you've got 2,000 there, haven't you? And then here you've got, what's that, 3,000?
Yeah.
Which means you're making £5,000 with very little risk per month. Very little risk. Plus you've made 36 grand up front, which basically means that you'll be making 60 grand a year off this deal, right? Which over 5 years would be 300 grand, which is pretty guaranteed,
Mm-hmm.
plus the 36. So this deal is worth 336,000 to you guys before you talk about the SAs.
Our essays.
Yeah. If you want to be kind, you could charge them 3,000 plus VAT per one, which then bring their break even a little bit earlier. Might bring it to like 9 months, 10 months.
Yeah.
This would be my starting point. And then the essays that you guys do, you know, you could easily, because what's interesting about these deals is if we just do the same thing, but you manage them yourself, so you don't have to pay the management.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden what ends up happening is you don't have to take that 600 off the 3. So you basically get 3,000 and you're only minusing 1,800, which means you're also making 1,200 on the ones you do, which times by 3 would be 3,600, give or take, which is going to give you another 200 grand. So this one deal is probably worth over 500 grand to you guys. Yes. Hope you found that useful. If you did, comment below, let me know. And what happened next? Shall I tell you? Yeah, they landed the deal, all right? And I've actually done some content with them at the deal that I'm going to be dropping on the channel in just a few weeks. So you can see the deal, you can see the figures in more detail, and you can see what happened next. I appreciate you. Whatever you do, don't wait 25 years. This stuff works, and you can create massive cash flow today, not in 25 years. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one.